screen. I'm hoping. Is it only the Zoom or is it the mic, the speaker's picking up as well?
The speaker's picking up
Okay.
as well. Yeah.
That's what I was wondering.
But I think I can hear it, yeah.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
All right. I'm so proud of you.
I'll save that. Let's save that for the end. We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
It's fine. If you could chance it totally, you can do anything.
Yeah.
You can do anything.
Mm. Oop. Mm. I turned it on. Can you hear me? Hi. Okay. That's good. All right. I'm quiet. No, it's this mic. I don't want to get too close to my mouth because then it's, yeah, gets a little uncomfortable. Shabbat shalom, everybody. Hi. Shabbat shalom, everybody. um, yeah, so this is a new spot-ish for me. I hope you bear with me, and I hope everyone has a good start to their Shabbat. Um, we can start on page 128 with Hine Matov. And just let me know if I need to be louder because I might trail off every now and then, knowing me. All right, so. Hine Matov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov shevet achim gam yachad. Hine. Well, I think one round's good. How good and how pleasant it is that brothers and sisters dwell together. Up next is blessing for the candles. If anyone wants to volunteer, there's Audrey or Bela. Oh, do I need to speak louder? Oh, okay. Yeah, for yes, page 121. If I can get there.
O source of light and truth, creator of the eternal law of goodness, help us to find knowledge by which to live. Let us take the words we shall speak into our hearts and our lives. Bless all who enter this sanctuary in need, all who bring the offerings of their hearts. May our worship lead to acts of kindness, peace, and love.
Thank you, Audrey.
Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kedishanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu l'chadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen. Thank you, Audrey. turn to page 124. If I did ask Stu if you would like to do that reading. 124.
May the door of this synagogue, door of this synagogue be wide enough to receive all who hunger for love, all who are lonely for friendship. May it welcome all who have cares to unburden, thanks to express, hopes to nurture. May the door of this synagogue be narrow enough to shut out pettiness and pride, envy and enmity. May its threshold be no stumbling block to young or straying feet. May it be too high to admit complacency, selfishness, and harshness. May the synagogue be for all who enter the doorway to a richer and more meaningful life.
Thank you, Stu. And I think now is our tradition of going around and sharing something, or hopefully many things maybe, that we've been grateful for this week. And well, I'm grateful that you guys are letting me lead so far, just to start things off. And if
Well, Gab, we're blessed to be at your debut, and we certainly know that you're going to do an excellent job, and we're grateful that we can come together and enjoy this. Thank you.
Thank you, Sheila. Anyone else?
Sheila took the words out of my mouth. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Okay. Anyone? Any other? Erica? No?
I'm grateful that in a world that's falling apart, I'm sticking myself together.
I think we're all grateful for that, Stu. Okay. If we can turn to page 138 for the Chadodi. Lechadodi likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. 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 Shamu v'zacho b'dibur echad, Ishme'anu el hamuchad, Adonai echad u'shemo echad, l'shemu tiferet v'letchila. Lechadodi likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. Lechadodi likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'necha, ki himkor habracha merosh mikedem nesucha, sof ma'aseh b'machshevah tila. Lechadodi likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. Lechadodi likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. Verse 5. Hitoreri, kiva orech umi ori, uri, shidaberi, kevod Adonai alayich nila. Lechadodi Lechadodi likrat kala. Pene Shabbat nekabela. Lechadodi likrat kala. Pene Shabbat nekabela. If you could stand, if you're able, verse 9. Boi veshalom atepala. Gam besimcha utsohola. Tochem ne'am segula. Boi chala, boi chala. Lecha dodi. Lecha dodi likrat kala. Pene Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala. Pene Shabbat nekabela. You may be seated. Turn to page 142 for Shalom Aleichem. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Bolechem leshalom, malachei hashalom, malachei elyon. Mi melech, malachei hamelachim, hakadosh baruch hu. Bachuni leshalom, malachei hashalom, malachei elyon. Mi melech, malachei hamelachim, hakadosh baruch hu. Zeitchem leshalom, malachei hashalom, malachei elyon. Mi melech, malachei hamelachim, hakadosh baruch hu. Page 144 for the Chatzi Kaddish. Yikadal v'yikadash me rabba. Be'amad yivrach chilutei v'yamlich malchutei. B'chayechon u'vyomechon. U'chayede kol beit Yisrael. Ba'agala, ba'agala. U'vizman kariv. V'imru. Amen. Yehi shmei Rabba mevorach. Le'alam olam me'amaya. Yitbarach. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh. V'yithadar v'yithaleh. V'yithalal shmei d'kudisha b'richu. Le'elam min kol bechata v'shirata. Tush bechata v'nechemata. Da'amiran mi'alma. V'yimeru. Amen. Please stand for the Baruch Hu, page 146. Baruch Hu et Adonai hamevorach. Baruch Adonai hamevorach, hamevorach le'olam va'ed. Hamevorach seated. Page 148. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bedvaro ma'ariv aravim b'chokhmah poteach sha'arim uvitvuna mashane itim umachlit et hazamim manim umatzedir et hachovim mishviturotehem be'akakia kitsono borei yom uvelela golel or mipnei choshech vechoshech mipnei or umavdir yom laila umavdil ben yom laila Adonai tzvaot shmot el chai v'kayam tamid yimloch leolam aleinu leolam va'ed baruch atah Adonai ham'ariv aravim. And then I just noticed this on the notes at the bottom. Just wanted to read it. The darkness of the first day differed from the darkness that preceded creation. The root of ma'ariv can also mean mix, suggesting God mixed light into primordial darkness. The tiniest spark of light can transform darkness. Okay, Ahavat Olam on page 150. Ahavat Olam Beit Yisrael Amcha ahavta Torah u'mitzvot Hukim u'mishpatim Otanu limadeta Al kein Adonai Eloheinu b'shofbenu uvkumenu nasiach b'chukecha v'nismach b'divrei Toratecha u'mitzvotecha le'olam va'ed ki hem chayenu ve'orech yameinu uvahem nege yomam v'layla ve'ahat v'chtecha al tasir mimenu le'olamim Baruch atah Adonai Ohev amo Yisrael Ohev amo Yisrael. Please stand for the Shema, page 152. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vahed. You may be seated and turn to page 154. Ve'havta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha uv'chol nafshecha uv'chol meodecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha b'veitecha uv'letecha v'aderech uv'shoftecha uv'kumecha uv'kshatam leot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot b'neinecha וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך למען V'tizkeru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'yitem kedoshim le'Elohechem. Ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim leot lechem le'Elohim. Ani Adonai Elohechem. Adonai Elohechem emet. Oh, standing. Do we have a volunteer to read that? I think I mixed things up for Stu, but I can just read it. Sorry, Stu. I think you were supposed to read that one, but okay. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands, marching together. Page 158. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha nedar b'kodesh, nora tehilot osef ele, nora tehilot osef ele, malchutecha Ra'uvanecha Rokei Ayam Lifnei Moshe u'Miriam Zeili Anu v'Amru Adonai Yimloch Adonai Yimloch Le'olam va'ed. V'ne'emar ki fada Adonai et Yaakov ugalo miye chazak mimenu baruch ata Adonai ga'al Yisrael. Then page 160 and 161. You can try the English and Hebrew version of Hashkivenu. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu. Hashkivenu Leshalom. Ve'hamidenu Shomreinu Lechayim. Ufros Aleinu Sukat Shlomecha. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu. Hashkivenu Leshalom. That was nice. That was good. Which do you remember what we did last week? Does anyone Vishamru or is it Yismuchu? Ah. That's right. Let's go back to that one. Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat Lasot et ha-Shabbat ledor et hamberit olam. V'amru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat Lasot לעשות את השבת לדורתם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל, עוני על עולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורתם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורתם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורתם ברית עולם. Okay. More than the Jewish people has kept Shabbat, Shabbat has kept the Jewish people. Ahad Ha'am. Page 164 to 166, and so on till we get through the Avot V'Imahot. If you could please stand for. Yep. Adonai tzefatai tartach ufi yagi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. 166. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzhak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagabor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'Koneh HaKol, V'Zocher Chasdei Avot V'Imot, U'Mevi Gula Livnei V'Nehem, Le'man Shemo V'Ahava, Melech Hozer U'Moshiach U'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Again Avraham Be'ezrat Sarah. 168. Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechaye HaKol Atah Rav Lehoshia, Mechalchel Chaim Bechesed, Mechaye HaKol Berachamim Rabim, Somech Noflim Ve'Rofeh Cholim, Umatir Asurim, Umekayem Emunato, Lishenei Afar, Michamocha Bal Gevurot, Umidom Melach, Melech Mimit Umechaye, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'neman atah l'chayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai mechaye hakol. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, v'choshim b'chol yom yehalalucha selah. Baruch atah Adonai ha'el hakadosh. You may be seated, I believe. Yes. Where are we? Ooh. Erica, you're over there. If you would like to read the English on page 172. Oh, okay. or 173 in this case. May these hours. Mhm.
May these hours of rest and renewal open our hearts to joy and our minds to truth. May all who struggle find rest on this day. May all who suffer find solace. May all who hurt find healing on this day. May all who despair find purpose. May all who hunger find fulfillment on this day, and may this day fulfill its promise.
Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat. Thank you. Mm. Mhm. So you turn to page 170. Ooh, hello? Up here? Okay. Page 174 for Ritzay. Adonai. That's the one I know more, but like I know better. Yeah. Ritzay Adonai Eloheinu Me'amecha Yisrael Utefilatam Me'ahava Tekabel Utehile Ratzon Tamir Avodat Yisrael Yisrael Amecha El Karo Lechol Korav B'nei El Avodecha V'chanenu Shefoch Ruchacha Aleinu V'techezena Einenu B'shuvecha L'Tzion Berachamim Baruch atah Adonai Hamachazir Shechinato We acknowledge with thanks that you are Adonai, our God, and the God of our ancestors forever. You are the rock of our lives and the shield of our salvation in every generation. Let us thank you and praise you for our lives which are in your hand, for our souls which are in your care, for your miracles that we experience every day, and for your wondrous deeds and favors at every time of day, evening, morning, and noon. O good one whose mercies never end, O compassionate one whose kindness never fails, we forever put our hope in you. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha ulecha ne'en lehodot. Yeah, and we'll call up Audrey for page 178.
Okay, we're on page 178, but I'd really like to read the English first because I think, especially with what's going on in the world, we really need to know what we're praying for. So please join me with the English on page 179. Grant us peace, your most precious gift, O eternal source of peace, and give us the will to proclaim its message to all the peoples of the earth. Bless our country as a safeguard of peace, its advocate among the nations. May contentment reign within our borders, health and happiness within our homes. Strengthen the bonds of friendship and fellowship among all the inhabitants of every land. Plant virtue in every soul, and may the love of your name hallow every home and every heart. Praised are you, Eternal One, who blesses our people with peace. And please join me in singing it on page 178. Shalom Rav al Yisroel Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisroel Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki atahu melech adon lechol hashalom. Ki atahu melech adon lechol hashalom. V'tov beinecha levarech et amcha Yisroel. B'chol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. Baruch atah Adonai hamvorech et amo Yisroel bashalom.
So if you want, yes, page 180 for any silent reflection or prayer that you may have. Ratzon emrefi Egon libi lefanecha Adonai tzuri vegoali Yehu leratzon emrefi. Be doing Misha Barak, page 371.
Okay, so I'd like to say a prayer for Rabbi Chazan Dvorak and my dear friend Anna Gertstakis, as well as Tony Lee, Hannah Levin, Valerie Horner, Rona Parquette, Jackie Farrell, Miriam Schneer, Abraham Labby, Louise Ziff, Richard McGinty, Morton Kaplan, Bonnie Levine, John Farrell, Lindsay Martin, Tamara Fishman, Martin Jean, Rabbi Jeffrey Ablaser, Igor Kurgansky, Kevin Killop, Clara Lobach, Mia Claus, Susan Tuck Sweetman, Emmett McDonald, Glenn and Melanie Dunn, Sharon Schneer, Rebecca Chappas, Avijan Davidok, Dina Fahy, Ari Bunsara, Linda Stewart, Cheryl Nicole Wright, Colleen Halpern, Karen Devorabat Masadi V. Norman, Lori Curtis, Asher Israel, Ray Zoy, Alana Batdora, Terry McCasticore, Alyssa Wright Tammy, B. Mona, Gail Kaplan, Yosef Shimon, Solomon Smear. Special prayers for safekeeping for all in Israel, especially at this time, and all of the soldiers, hostages, and those who have been released. Larry Brodsky.
Anyone else?
Any other names to
Bela?
include?
Harry Indig?
Harry Indig.
Indig.
And we're also keeping in mind the family of Staff Sergeant Yisha Mann of blessed memory, Iris Caver Berliner and family, Michael Orla Yuval, and Noam Kessler. Again, we're on page 371. Mishaberach habracha liamotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mishaberach imotenu, makor habracha liavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
Turn to page 376 for a prayer for our congregation. If
Do we have a volunteer who would like to say that for us?
Sarah.
Oh, Sarah had her hand up first. Thank you, Sheila.
That's okay. Do you want? Do, oh, so do you want to hold it or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Source of all being, may the children of this community learn these passions from us: love of Torah, devotion in prayer, and support of the needy. May we guide with integrity, and may our leadership be in your service. May those who teach and nourish us be blessed with satisfaction, and may we appreciate their time and their devotion. Bless us with the fruits of wisdom and understanding, and may our efforts bring fulfillment and joy.
Thank you, Sarah. A few more prayers, and then, yeah, you got some time. And for our country, O guardian of life and liberty, may our nation always merit your protection. Teach us to give thanks for what we have by sharing it with those who are in need. Keep our eyes open to the wonders of creation and alert to the care of the earth. May we never be lazy in the work of peace. May we honor those who have died in defense of our ideals. Grant our leaders wisdom and forbearance. May they govern with justice and compassion. Help us all to appreciate one another and to respect the many ways that we may serve you. May our homes be safe from affliction and strife, and our country be sound in body and spirit. Amen. In prayer for the state of Israel, is Peter, where is he? Yeah, where you always are. Do you want to hold it, or like 377? I also have it here if you want.
Right there. And of course, a prayer for Israel is exceptionally important always, especially now. So, O Heavenly One, protector and redeemer of Israel, bless the state of Israel, which marks the dawning of hope for all who seek peace. Shield it beneath the wings of your love. Spread over it the canopy of your peace. Send your light and truth to all who lead and advise, guiding them with your good counsel. Establish peace in the land and fullness of joy for all who dwell there.
Amen.
Amen.
Thank you, Peter. This is where we would do a little, the morning service. This would be the Torah service, but we'll just read a summary of the Parshat, which is, this one's going to be, give me a moment, Beha'alotcha. And so in summary, God speaks to Moses, describing the menorah for the tent of meeting. The Levites are appointed to serve as assistants under Aaron and his sons. Those who are unable to celebrate Passover during Nisan are given a time in the next month, the month of Sivan, to observe a second Passover. A cloud by day and fire by night show God's presence over the tabernacle. When the cloud lifts from the tabernacle, the people leave Sinai, setting out on their journey tribe by tribe. The Israelites complain about the lack of meat, and Moses becomes frustrated. God tells him to appoint a council of elders. God provides the people with meat and then strikes them with a very severe plague. Miriam and Aaron talk about the Cushite woman whom Moses has married. In addition, they complain that God speaks not only through Moses, but also through them. Miriam is struck with leprosy, and Moses begs God to heal her. After her recovery, the people resume their journey. So that's a summary of a lot that happened in the Parsha. Very concise. But actually, when I was looking this up, because I thought I should try to do a Devar Torah, but mostly I came up with an interesting bit that I never realized because I don't read the Hebrew. We read, I don't know about you, but I read the English in Torah studies. So in the verse, in the passage of Numbers chapter 10, 35, and 36, it bookended in that two phrases are actually inverted nuns. So instead of, for you guys, it would look like this. The nun is actually this way, bookending it both inverted. And the passage that it sort of highlights is when the ark was to set out, Moses would say, "Advance, O Eternal. May your enemies be scattered, and may your foes flee before you." And when it halted, he would say, "Return, O Eternal, you who are Israel's myriads of thousands." And so I believe in more traditional synagogues, that's, I believe, the ending of the Torah service. They would sing that, either the ending or beginning. It's part of the Torah service, but not in Reform Judaism. So I just thought it was an interesting note to take. And of course, our sages and rabbis had their own views on it. And I would look forward to talking about this with people after Noneg. But so one rabbi, one rabbi thought that this, what is it? Rabbi Yehuda HaNasi viewed these two verses as a book of the Torah unto itself, which would then split the book of Numbers into 3 books instead of just the one, leading to 7 books of Moses as opposed to 5. So I thought that was an interesting viewpoint that he had. Whereas Rabbi Shimon ben Gamliel disagreed. It's part of a longer bit in the Talmud, but I'll just read. The Talmud records him as saying, regarding the inverted nuns, it is not in its proper place, as it was taught in a Baraita that Rabban Shimon ben Gamliel says, in the future this portion will be uprooted from there, where it appears and will be written in its proper place. So that's also an interesting thing where we sing at the end of the Torah service, even the Reform, is that we say the Torah is perfect. And here are the sages saying that actually this part in the portion is out of place and needs to be corrected. So I just thought that was an interesting viewpoint that even our sages would say that the Torah still needs to be engaged with, still needs to be reflected upon, and in the future perhaps, I think in the future they mean by like Messianic times, so we'll see how that that ever happens. But in general, I took away from that in a mix of when the ark was to set out, that exact portion, and if the ark is the Torah, that we're invited to pick up the Torah and to engage in the Torah, to be reflective and to be critical of it. And that's the wonderful thing about Judaism, is that we're allowed to do that. So that's my takeaway from this portion. And now there are announcements. Sarah.
Thank you, Gav. First of all, thank you for leading the service today. That was great. The announcements. Well, it's that time of the year again. On Monday night starts the Jewish Film Festival. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So hopefully we'll see lots of you attending. It starts with the performance on the first film is Monday night, and then 3 a day for the rest of the week. Next Friday, we will also have a 7 o'clock service. Harvey Kessler will lead the service, and our cantorial soloist Tracy will be here with Michael Ricketts. On Monday, June the 23rd, is Bethel's annual general meeting. I really encourage everybody to come. Unless you're a full member, you can't vote on anything, but it really does help you understand what's happening in the congregation, where we're at financially, what we hope to do in the next few years, and so your support is really important. And the last thing I want to mention is hello, hello, hello. Guess I got to put it in the right spot. I have sent out a couple of things, and it seems, in light of what's going on in Israel now, that it seems somewhat less important that we vote in the big voting that is taking place, but it is still very important. Every 5 years, the World Zionist Congress meets, and those delegates to the World Zionist Conference have a huge influence on how money gets spent in Israel and what organizations money goes to. And it is really, really important that those of us in the diaspora be a part of that. This is the first time in 30 years that we have been able to vote for who we want. And so we are strongly encouraging people to vote for the reform mandate. Noah Tepperman has also been talking about another mandate, which is Hatikva, which is a little more interested in the not just reform values, but also in the peace process. But mostly we just want people to know about it and vote. So you need to do it online. It costs you $2. You need to be an adult and Jewish, and that's all you need to be. So if anybody has any more questions about it, I'm happy to answer them later. Huh? With a credit card.
It's really,
They'll ask you
it's
for
easy.
it.
Yeah, you keep clicking.
It's pretty
and
easy.
It leads you.
And then it leads
with
you through, and you
instructions.
get a ballot, and you just vote for who you want to vote for. But it does make a difference into where money gets spent in Israel in the long term. I sent one this week already, but I will happily send you another one. Yes. It closes on Sunday the 15th.
What time? Like midnight or?
Doesn't say. The AGM is, I believe, at 6:30. Yep, nice and early. Sorry, we aren't serving any food, but we are going to have treats and coffee and stuff after.
Okay. Thank you, Sarah. Yeah, and like I said, I did it. It was pretty easy. Oh, and yes, another announcement. We have an oneg after, prepared by Sarah, I'm presuming, because she usually is. So thank you, Sarah. Where are we now? The announcements. Yes, 586 for the Elenu for our closing prayers. That's like the end. That's the end. Well, no, it's good. All right, we will start on page 586. On the second Aleinu, please stand if you are able, and we will go straight into the next page at 588. So 586, 588. Okay. Aleinu l'shabeach ladon hakol, lategudu la l'rotzer v'reshit, shelo asanu kigehe haratzot, velo samanu kimishbechot hadama, shelo sam chalkenu kahem, vegor aleinu kechol hamonam, ve'anachnu korim, ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסר הארץ ומושב יקרוב בשמיים ממעל ושכינתו זו בגובה מרומים הוא אלוהינו אין עוד אמת מלכנו אפס זולתו ככתוב בתורתו וידעת היום והשבותה אל לבביך כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל ועל הארץ מתחת אין עוד אמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד. Please be seated while I believe Audrey will read the names for yard sites. Where is the list? Oh. Okay.
Okay, we're on page 598. And recent deaths in our community, none in our community, but the Israeli staffers killed in Washington, it's the fourth week for them, Yaron Lashinsky and Sarah Milgram, and the victims of the Air India crash. Yard sites for this week are Hyman Bierenholtz, Albert Botten, Lillian Brody, Julius Chaffetz, who's the father-in-law of Selma Chaffetz, and Albert Botten was the father of Bill Botten, Lisa Fick, wife of James Fick, Rachel Miller, mother of Peter Miller, Bernie Plotnick, father of Stuart Plotnick, and Charles Silverman. Are there any other names to include? Sally?
Sally Goldhart?
Goldhar. Yeah, she died in January, but that's okay. Yeah. Any other names to include for this week for your sites? Okay, so we're on page 598, and please rise.
Oh, you can do whatever you want. Yikadal v'yikadash me rabba, be'alma divra chivte v'yamlich malchute, b'chayachon u'v'yomechon u'chaye decho beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'vizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehesh me rabba mevarach le'alam olamei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitale v'yitalal shmei dukudisha berichu la'elam milko berchata v'shirata tush bechata v'nechamata da'miran bi'alma v'yimru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'yakol Yisrael v'imru amen. Ose shalom bimromav. Hui ase shalom. Aleinu ve'al Yisrael v'imru. Amen. You may be seated. We can do, yeah, we'll just go straight into the Kiddush. Okay. Yes, page 123 for the Kiddush. You may be seated, Sheila. 123. It's all there, right? If I can get there. Okay. I kind of like Yom HaShishi Vayechud Hashemayim Ve'aretz V'chol Tzeva Vayechol Elohim Yom HaShvi Malchuto Asar Asher Asar. Okay. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam Borei Pri Hagafen. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam Asher Kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kosho be'avuratzon hinchilanu zikaron l'maaseh v'reishit ki hu yom techila l'mikrai kodesh sechel l'tziat mitzrayim kivanu v'chata ve'otanu kidashta mikol hamim v'shabbat koshecha me'ahava uvratzon hinchaltanu Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat. Amen. L'chaim. No. We got it. Okay. Just so. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. And just in time, Sarah, if we can go to the chapel for the oneg. Thank you, everybody. Yeah, Shabbat Shalom.